Hello, everybody. I'm Mike,
And I'm Maria.
and this is TalkAlley.
Hi.
Hello, good afternoon, Germany.
Yes, good afternoon. Good evening, Philippines.
Good evening
of
to the
course.
Philippines.
Good
Yes.
evening, Philippines, and good afternoon, Germany. And for those who are listening to us around the world, welcome to our 57th episode on Talk Alley. Spring has come, but it's a little gloomy outside today, so we are having a chill weather, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there's still left of the cherry blossoms all over Deutschland. So you should check it out because they're really exciting to see these beautiful trees bloom in full bloom.
Yes, I hope everyone, listeners and viewers, had a great vacation. We choose to go for this short period of time to go to our very
Favorite
famous
place.
and loving place, Lake Constance,
Yes.
also known in German as the Bodensee.
Our go-to place.
Yes.
Every vacation.
It's the closest to having a beach.
Mm.
Yes, this is where the three countries, Switzerland, Austria, and Germany, meet
Mhm.
in the middle of the Bodensee. Less traffic, chill atmosphere, happy people, and I think more people flock in big cities during vacation time. So we were
You're
trying
right.
to avoid these. Yeah.
Because COVID. I mean, yes, it's a bit relaxed now in Germany and over Europe, but we're still conscious because we, know people got infected. So we're trying to just chill away from a lot of people.
Yes.
So I think the highlight for my visit is the Abbey Library of St. Gal.
Mhm.
The library in St. Gal. It's really a great place. What was the history like?
Yes, about it was very exhilarating to go there. The whole family was in awe. So the flooring is from the original hardwood, yes, and of the library, and it will take 3 men
Wow.
to polish the whole flooring. I mean, it wasn't a big space, like around 100 square meters. It takes 3 men to polish this original hardwood flooring for 2 months. So
2 months.
yes, they're probably going to use a brush or so.
Yeah.
But this is also the reason why only people were only allowed with provided what you call it, house shoe.
House shoes.
Yes, house shoes. Yeah.
And also, there are different types of wood, right? The flooring from the original library, but they are various types. Like it's not
It's
just
like
oak,
cherry, oak.
cherry,
Yes.
exactly. So
Yes.
a lot more.
Yes.
And of course, there are a lot of exciting things that you will be seeing there, and I do advise everyone to put it in your bucket list. That is, if you're interested with history and libraries and fascinating things like us.
Yes, you wouldn't expect, but we saw.
No, I'm not going to say it. I told them there are more exciting
Yeah,
things
you
inside.
don't
so
want to spoil, but I have to say,
don't be a spoiler.
in the library itself, in the Stiftsbibliothek, there was an actual mummy.
That's the highlight. I'm like, what?
We don't
You
know
are
we don't
such a
know
spoiler.
we don't know how long the mummy will be there. So
No.
maybe it's not a permanent
I'm
exhibit.
so sorry. It's always like that. So anyway,
Even with the children, I am a spoiler.
yes, he is. So never tell him about a film or a series that you want to see that he has seen, and he will spoil it for
Yes, so St. Gallen is a place to go to into your bucket list. You go.
Switzerland, of course.
Yes.
Not just and the rest of Switzerland. So you should go there. Anyway, I would also like to say hi to Jessica, Stefan, and Kat, and the rest of the Gross family in Munzenberg, Gambach. Hello.
Hello.
My BFF. And
Jess
of course
and
to
family.
Leiden and Des in Bonn. Especially Des, she was the one who accommodated the entire team
Yes.
of You're for Lenin during the Bonn escapade. So hi everyone.
Yes, hi. Very accommodating, very kind.
And before I forget, they also had yesterday in Munich a get together. It was really successful, and want to congratulate everyone from Munich for Lenin and for all the organizers who organized the meetup. It was really successful. Some came from Ulm, and the others even came as far as Austria.
Yes.
Trying to get
In Hamburg, this a really, really far travel.
Yes. So congratulations, everyone.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes. And now, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah. Where are the magazines?
The magazines are, well,
Where are they? You
well,
just
I
got
have, I have to
them.
pull them out. They're here.
So I just
So
want to,
don't worry.
again, of course, we want to advertise our friends who have their magazines. Edna Ruhr, thank you for this, for sending us a copy
Yes.
of the Bayanihan magazine. Of
Thanks
course.
to
Thank you so
Miss
much.
Edna Royer.
Yes. And of course, we want to advertise because DESA also released a new copy of the Filipino Expat magazine. So you should check out their website and Facebook page as well. So this is an old copy, but they released a new one. So I hope you get a copy of that too. And of course, from our friend Maria says Seidel from Studio
Hello,
Blog
Ses.
magazine. And of course, she always had a new copy of her magazine. I think this is, I'm not sure if this is a monthly magazine, but anyway, you should check it out. She has a Facebook page, Julia Blog magazine as well. So please do check that out. And
So,
now,
yes, Edna Maria, to our guest, who is a founder and CEO at Monthday. Welcome to TalkAlley, Jesuena Estoke Reimer. Hello. We'll put her in.
yes, please.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Hi. Oh my God.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us as well?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay,
Great.
wonderful.
Hello, thank you for being with us. Oh, Marco from Norway is also watching. Hi, Marco.
Hello to Norway.
Hello to Norway. Okay, so hello, and welcome to TalkAlley. Thank you for being with us today.
Yes.
Thank you for
First question. Thank you for being there. Where were you born and raised in Germany?
Were you born and raised in Germany?
Actually not. No, I was born in Bohol, Philippines. And I was actually raised in the Philippines, born and raised in the Philippines between Bohol and Cebu. And I just moved to Germany about 6 years ago. And so living my happy life here. But I'm really Filipino by heart and Filipino by culture, by value. And
That's wonderful to hear. He's also Cebuano, you know.
Yeah.
He's origin half of everything.
I was born in Cebu.
Yes, and
great.
also part
Great.
Ilonggo, part German.
Okay. So next question. What's your number one priority right now? But before you answer that, today we want to discover how things change with the choices we make. Yeah. So, but before we talk about these choices, listeners and viewers, this episode is of course brought to you by Amazing Pure Organic Barley, which provides you with stamina and vigor to survive long hours of work and play. For more inquiries, please contact Miss Jess Esquilio. You may also contact her at her email at jess@esquilio.de for more information.
I am Maritoni Fernandez, and we are in the middle of a barley field here in Swan Hill, Australia.
Well, we think we have the best barley in the world because of our clean irrigation water. Water comes from the Murray River, which is a freshwater river. All our drinking water comes from the Murray River too. So it's full of nutrients, and also the climate is perfect for growing winter cereals. Clean, green, certified organic.
Yeah, we're certified with NASA, which is one of the Australian certifications for organic. IAM Worldwide gets its barley grass powders from Herbal, which sources them from us at Nutrigreen, so you're guaranteed the best barley grass powders in the world.
I am truly proud to say that we are now the sole distributor in the Philippines for Nutrigreen barley.
Yes, amazing pure organic barley provides you with stamina and vigor to survive long hours of work and play. For more inquiries, please contact Miss Jess Esquilio. You may also contact her at her email, which is jess@esquilio.de. Yes,
For more information.
for more information, of
course.
course.
Yes.
So, back to our question, also to my question. What's your number one priority right now?
Mhm.
Mhm. It feels like I know. It feels like Miss Universe today. My number one priority right now is really just to kind of establish my company and really try to make it grow as much as possible because it's a big step. I think it's a big step to
Mhm.
let go of the employee life and start and establish your own company and make sure that everything goes well. So basically, you're responsible for everything now, not just for not just for like one part of the job, but basically all the jobs. And that is really my number one priority right now. I need to make that company run, and I'm super passionate about it. And yeah, so it also leads to your other question about the what is a priority. And of course, well, I'm sorry, what was your second question again?
My next question is, before we get into her company, the pandemic
Yeah.
years have been really crazy, right? And for some, the
Yeah.
scariest. How was it for you?
Well, when during the time that the pandemic started and until recently, I was working a normal job. So I was an employee. So I was not yet establishing my company. But then how it was for me personally was, of course, it was not nice. I wasn't able to go home to the Philippines for 2.5 years, but I'm going
Mhm.
home next week, so I'm very happy about it. And
Okay.
yeah, so
Happy for you.
it was a very difficult time, not being able to go
Mhm.
home, not being able to see your family, to experience the culture again, to celebrate your birthday, Christmas with family. But then I guess that everybody just had to go through with it, and you just have to kind of accept it and learn to live with it and make the best out of it. So yeah, I think that was it for me.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, thank you. It's been quite a challenging 3 years in relation to the topic choices we make.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest choice that you had to make in your life for the last year, and why do you think that happened?
Hmm. Well, it would honestly be leaving my job. That was the biggest decision I had to make. It was the biggest, the most difficult decision because, of course, when you have a job, you have a stable income. You can expect your salary to be there by the end of the month. You have the insurance. Everything is being paid for you. The only thing you need to do is basically to do your job. But
Mhm.
what led me to making the decision of leaving my job is really, it was a personal decision. I knew that I wanted to do something else. I knew that I was destined to do something else. And
Mhm.
I felt the inspiration just coming every single day, and then I just had to make the cut, like, okay, this is it. I have to do it because there's something else for me. And as what other people say, when one door closes, another one opens. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just had to kind of live with this quote and make it basically my motto for a few weeks upon coming up to
Mhm.
that decision. Yeah.
Okay. So you started the company
When did you
3 years
start your
ago?
company? Yeah.
Mm.
3 years ago, right?
Three
Yeah.
years ago.
Okay.
You mean my previous, where I worked before,
No, when
or mind flow?
currently the mind flows.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. The
you
current
are
company I
your
just
own
started
founder.
actually last April, actually this month. So it's just been there for like 3 weeks. It's
Oh,
super
two
fresh in the
weeks.
market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's mind flows, right?
Yes. Correct.
Monday.
Mind.
Okay.
Which
Mind
And
is
flow.
it?
then
Actually,
and
we're a
then
bit
what is the
no, Mike,
yeah.
wait. Which is it? Is it month day or mind flows?
Yes.
Well, the first name that I actually registered it with was Monthday, but I had to
Mhm.
change the name because of legal things. So I had to change it to Mind Flows. So it's basically
Okay.
like the same company. It's the company that I established, that I founded, But before that, I was working at a recruitment company for
Mhm.
Filipino nurses. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's very interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. So, can you lead us through the 3 weeks of founding your own startup company?
Yeah, of
How is
course. Yeah.
yeah?
Well, it's kind of easy and difficult at the same time to start a company here in Germany. I mean, there's a lot of papers involved. That's for sure. A lot of
Mhm.
tamina, a lot of appointments, papers, a lot of
Mhm.
lawyers, everything. So what happened was basically I had to really prepare everything.
Mhm.
And the first thing you really need to do is go to the nota. What's nota in English? I'm not really sure what it is.
Notary
Notary public.
public.
Notary, yeah. Notary, go to the notary. You have to make sure that you know exactly what your business plan is, what your idea
Mhm.
is, how you want to build it. I did found an UG, UG
Mhm.
Haftungsbeschränk. That's like the
Mhm.
company type, the legal form of my company, and it's just really a lot of talks with lawyers because you of course want to start a company in the right way in all the legal ways as much as possible. So for me, I talked to a lot of people I know. I asked them so many questions before I really did that because of course, I mean, the first thing that I really asked them was, look, this is my idea. I would like to go through my idea with you. What do you think is wrong with my idea? I wanted to
Mhm.
start with the negative things first so that I would work my way on fixing the negative things to make it super ready for the launch. So yeah, that that
Exactly.
that was basically like the 3 weeks. Yeah.
Ooh, for 3 weeks. And what was your thought process to founding Monthday?
Mm. Monthday now mind flows. My
Mhm.
thought process was really, I am a very big fan of digitalization. I am a very,
Mhm.
very big fan of making sure that processes work, that the information around the company is really there, that nobody is misinformed, that everybody follows the process, that everybody knows how to work, and that's really important for me. And I have always been quite techy growing up, so I learned how to use a computer at a very young age and this and that. So
Mhm.
it was really my interest to do it, and I
Mhm.
believe in digitalization. I believe that I want to be more international and more, how do you call that, more flexible in working from anywhere around the world, because that's basically what I'm doing now. I'm going to the Philippines, for example, next week for a few weeks, and I can
Mhm.
work from anywhere. So I think that that's the kind of vision, that's the kind of movement that I want to share with everyone. That anyway, digitalization is here. We have computers, we have the internet, we have everything. So why not make the most out of it for your personal life, but as well as for your business life, for your business, for everything to run. So that was basically my idea. So basically, the problem that I wanted to solve was, how can I make my business run with the most information as much as possible, that everything is real time, and that everybody knows exactly what the process is. So
We can, well, Mike and I can definitely relate to it because we're both in the IT field. Mike being a software engineer as well, and I'm also in
great.
the industry. Yeah, he's a software engineer from ESA, the European Space Association. But in spite
Great.
that, we both work from home as well. So like forever. So we know
That's
that
good.
we know, and we can definitely relate because we can travel anywhere in the world and at the same time work in our spaces. So
Yeah.
Yes, you
yeah,
have said already something about the core idea of
a bit
the
of it. Yes,
business.
yes,
Yeah.
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 So there is something, a very big a word that's I know that's the core, I guess. That it's specializing in business digitalization through Monday.com.
Correct. Correct.
Monthly.com.
Yes.
So what's how do you apply it to a
Yeah.
company? As,
What's
for
yeah.
example, I'm in an IT company. So how do we use Monthday?
What's the business model there?
Mhm.
Mm.
All right. So the business model is basically, how I apply it is, let me walk you through the steps of how
Mhm.
everything is. First of all, I build a flow chart with a company, with the CEO, or with whoever is in charge of the process engineer within the company. I build a flow chart with them and kind of go through all of the process that they have to do from start to finish. And we
Mhm.
go through everything together so that I also have to understand how their business works. And then I implement that into Monday.com. So Monday.com is a work OS platform. So it's like kind of like Jira or Asana, or it's like a project management platform that is very, very customizable, that is very flexible. So you can do a lot of or almost everything with it. And that is what basically my company is implementing for the businesses. So like for example, a very concrete example is they once a client has an inquiry or something, the client normally would send them an email, and then the person who gets the email would have to check with all of the colleagues on how to answer this email, and then answer the email separately, and then kind of like there's no centralized system there. So what we do is, for example, build a form that is embedded into their website, and then all of the entries in this form goes to monday.com. And basically every employee who needs to see it will see it directly in real time basis. So it's not like it's just directly to one person, but it's directly to the company. So that is basically like the whole business model, to make sure that the information that is from the outside goes inside into the company, and everybody who needs to be aware about it is directly aware about it. So yeah, that's what we do. We build the flow chart, we evaluate the business processes, we implement it on Monday.com, and then after that, we onboard all of the employees on how to use the new program. And
Mhm.
then yeah, so we wait for feedback if if everything is working out properly, everything is well. Are there any adjustments that need to be made? So yeah, so it's like really into software as a system, so a SaaS system for companies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Is it?
what do you? I think we use Confluence. How about you?
We use Jira. Yeah.
I see.
So is it
Yeah.
channeling all the, well, and we're using Teams for communication.
Yeah.
Recently, we adopted to have a some sort of a Scrum board in
Mm.
Teams. Then what else we have? Then we have Jira for the ticketing system.
Yeah.
Um,
We
then
have yeah, basically we are actually, it's just starting to work in the
the,
company, the Confluence, system, but some of the developers
mm,
are already using it,
mm,
so yeah, we're testing it out now.
mm. then we have SharePoint for our documents. So
Yeah.
Monday.com is like channeling all these things
Yeah.
into one platform.
So
Exactly.
Teams,
Okay.
Confluence, we PowerPoint, everything is in there.
Mhm.
So those systems all together. Oh,
Yeah,
that's wonderful. Yeah, because
exactly.
I have
So
to open a lot of things.
Yes.
yeah, that's
That's
how
why we need
information.
screens or wider screens
Yeah,
because developers have to deal with a lot of things, meetings,
Mhm.
your emails, all the other things that being exchanged with the developers and companies. So yeah, that's just too much.
exactly. That's how you lose information in the end, because if you have information in Teams, you don't necessarily have it directly in SharePoint, for example.
Mm.
So that's what we really want to avoid. I have met companies who are using Slack, Teams, um, Zoom, um, another Asana, for example. So all four. So like the employees get kind of confused. Like, okay, where am I supposed to do my job? So what am I going to look first?
Mhm.
So that's what we want to avoid with Monday.com. So with Monday.com, you can have your CRM system there, your ticketing system, your project management system, um, basically everything. It's very good for sales and marketing as well, and it
Mhm.
has automations without ending. It's super automated. So if you want an email to be sent out, if there's a trigger, for example, then the email gets sent out real time, and you will see everything that's happening there. And yeah, so it's like basically Facebook, like a social media, but for one company. So you can communicate with each other as much as you want within one tool.
Okay, does it also have a own mail server, so you have to go completely from Outlook? And is this something?
No, that not. So it
Okay.
integrates with Outlook and Gmail, for example, but it doesn't have its own email server
Okay.
or that kind of server.
Okay. But I saw there are two building blocks, which is HR and operations. Is that for the timesheets? Because we also have a different
Yeah, also
website or a
system.
portal,
Yeah.
to log
Yeah.
in our timesheets. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's already integrated. The timesheet is already integrated in the system as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also supports the timesheets. You
Mhm.
have, for example, the time tracking system in Monday.com. So what happens is, like, for example, a person starts to work, so they just click on a button, and then it automatically tracks the time that they are working. And then
Mhm.
once they're done working, they just click on the button again, and then it automatically calculates how many minutes, how many hours this person has worked. And then at the end of the month or at the end of the week, you have a sum of all of the hours and minutes that this person has worked. So as an HR manager, for example, it will be easier for you to see and track how your employees are working. And if everybody is working well, if somebody's working too much, somebody's working too less. So yeah, everything can be integrated as well. So it's a
Okay.
great, yeah.
What's interesting on my side is I see that it has IT and software development. Is that for does it have version control of the code base, or does it probably integrates with Git or SVN?
Yeah, it
Okay.
integrates. So Monday.com is not just like a system for that, but also they have hundreds and hundreds of apps. So it integrates with a lot of apps. It integrates with GitHub. For example, you can even code in Monday.com. You can build your app in Monday.com. And you can even build and sell your app in Monday.com, which is really great. If you just have a small automation coded or a small app coded, and it automatically goes into the Monday.com marketplace. And then you don't have to like market your app so much. People, there are like millions of users or something, and then people just download the app right from the marketplace. So that's really great. And of course, Monday.com has over 1,000 employees as well as a company. So it's really like a big IT company. You can do everything with it. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
And do you know all of every, let's say every aspect of the
Yeah, like security,
yes.
because for IT company, for us especially, like they're dealing with space and a lot of confidential things. So how about hacking and how about
Mm.
those things?
Well, in the history of Monday.com, it has existed for like over 7 years or something. It has never been hacked. That's number
Yeah.
one. And we are really very strict in following HIPAA and GDPR rules,
Yeah.
because there are it's not it's also like used for very, very big companies, super big companies like Adidas uses Monday.com. So they really try to kind of be as secure as possible. Of course, in the IT world, you can never be like 100% sure, but then we're sure that Monday.com is really very, very close to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's-
Now I wanted to ask how many employees do you
Have in
already
your
already
company.
have?
Hmm. Well, at the moment, we are trying to expand. So I'm already getting applicants, but then as of the moment, I'm the only one who is a Monday.com expert. But I do have some people who are with me in the administrative things. And also I am working together with two software development engineers in my team, because of course it has a lot to do with API connections and this and that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're a very small team at the moment, but I would say that for a company that's been existing for like 3 weeks, it's
Mhm.
going really great. We are getting a lot of projects from around the world. It's funny because we never got a project up until now from Germany. So even if we're a German-based company, all of our
Okay.
clients right now are not from Germany. But yeah, it's really going great. I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, so I already shared it with the
Wishing
women's.
all the
Yeah,
best.
I already
Thank you so
shared,
much.
this episode in the women tech group already. So, anyway, so where is this originated? And I mean, you said it's been existing for like 7 years already. So, where
Mm.
was the where is the origin of the platform?
It's based in Israel, in Tel
Oh,
Aviv,
okay,
in Israel. Yeah, yeah,
Israel
that's where
based.
their headquarters are. Yeah, but they do
So
have
they also
offices in
started as a
more.
startup company in Israel.
Yeah, yeah. It was a very small startup before, and then it's now worth over, I think, over $1 billion or something.
Mm.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
founders are based from Israel.
Yes, the presence of Monday.com on the social media is very big, so they are successful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Of
say
course,
so.
it's very convenient. I mean, as I've mentioned before, for us, we are doing a lot of tasks. That's why we like double screens or wide screens for us because
Yeah.
there's just so many applications that we need to open every day, every
Mhm.
single day, from messages to
Mhm.
developers to all the departments. So we have to deal with everything in so many platforms. And, having one platform for all of this.
Mhm.
I mean, not all, but generally maybe 80% of your workload will be a bit better, right? So this is very convenient. So
Yeah.
what is your 3 to 5 year vision for your company?
Mm. No, that's very nice. I like looking at the future.
Yes.
Well, my vision for my company is really to expand as much as it can, but without sacrificing the quality of what it really offers.
Mhm.
So for this year, for example, I do have a six-figure vision for this year for the start of the company. But as it grows, I am really looking to expanding it to maybe over 10 employees by next year, and then just kind of grow proportionally, depending on the clients, of course. But then, yeah, that is really my goal. And let's say maybe in 5 years, I want to have very, very nice and very responsible team members who can start to take over and who can really become Monday.com experts as well, because that is the core of my company.
Mhm.
And yeah, the biggest thing that I want for my for mind flows to be is to be a remote first company. That is really very important for me, because I think that I don't want to be involved in office politics or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, I want it to be a remote first company, a very employee friendly company. The company that supports people who are working so much from all around the world. And for me, it's just, if you want to work in Dubai, if you want to work in Hawaii, if you want to work in other places, then do that and enjoy, but just don't forget your meetings. So basically, that's just basically my that's my mentality with that. Yeah, because I think that,
Yep.
in this new world, I think companies should become more digitalization friendly. I've seen it out everywhere, especially on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn as well. There are many women who are really advocates for new work, and I support new work so much because it's really at the same level with digitalization. So it's really important that, as a company, you have to trust your people. You have to trust
Yeah.
your people. You have to make sure that your people are with you. You have to make sure that your people see the goal of the company. And if you have that kind of vision, everybody kinds of works toward that vision. And then people become one. People start to work as a company. It's not about me anymore. It's not about him or it's not about her. It's about us. It's about us doing this for our clients. And yeah, that's how I see my company growing in the next few years. So really remote first, new work, digital,
Mhm.
very digitalized, maybe over 20 employees in the next 3 years. We will see what happens. But yeah, I really have my visions on that. And I want
Yeah.
to be able to live in the Philippines for like 6 months and 6 months Germany. So just kind of go around and then just work from anywhere. So yeah, just like you guys, that you can work from everywhere. It's a great feeling,
That's
I would
right.
say.
Although our
That's the
company,
advantage.
yeah, your company as well, right? We advocate for remote work, but
Mhm.
the company still offers, a place for people to go to. Like we still have an office that you have an option. If you want to go to the office, you can.
Mhm.
Because not everyone, like, they're tired of the 3-year pandemic seclusion. So they
That's
want to
true.
get out there and reach out to their workmates, but
Mhm.
I'm not really into that. So
Me as well,
one
yeah.
question: bootstrapped or getting investors on board?
I would really prefer, as of now, I do prefer a bootstrap because
Yeah.
I saved up so much to start this company as well. So I don't want to get others involved at the moment. Um,
Mhm.
but we will see in the future. I have already. It's actually funny because I already have some investors who have approached me because I'm online. I'm everywhere. They already approached me and asked like, okay, when are you planning to expand? How much are you going to sell your shares and this and that? And then I'm like saying, please, just come back with that question in like by the end of the year or something. But as of
Okay.
now, I'm not willing to do it yet.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah, I
do
would.
you
I
have
would.
equity for your pioneers?
Sorry
For
again.
your, do you offer equity as well?
Um, no, not as of this
Not at
moment.
the moment.
Yeah, not at the
Okay.
moment.
So
Maybe in
how
the
do you,
future. Yeah,
yeah, I'm sorry.
maybe in the future. Yeah.
Okay. So that's yeah, something to look forward to for your employees as well. How did you feel with the pressure of this big investment around your back?
Mm.
Because your
Yeah,
your company. So how do you feel the pressure of the
it's
big
a lot.
investment?
It's a
Yeah.
lot. I would be lying if I would say that everything was easy, but it's a lot. It's a very big step. So
Mhm.
what happened was that there would be nights where I would honestly cry and think like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right decision? Did I really quit my very very good job for this? So I really had this there are of course some moments where you doubt yourself, where you're thinking like, is this really going to work? And it's just that, of course, that's normal. I would really say it's normal because I think if a founder of a company is not worried about that, then everything is really not going right. But then
Mhm.
for me, it's a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure. I am really using up a lot of my savings for this. But as I saw the success that we had in the first 2 weeks, we're still in our third week right now, but in the first 2 weeks, we have been able to sign so many contracts,
Mhm.
every from everywhere. We have lots of clients in the US, for example, and we have clients in the Netherlands, in UK. We're looking at clients in Australia right now. So for me, it's you just have to kind of accept the pressure, maybe cry for 5 minutes, cry for 10 minutes, and then
Mm.
kind of transfer this whole energy, this bad energy into good energy, and just try to say, okay, I was so worried that maybe the price of my product is too low or too high. What should I do to adjust? I asked
Mm.
people. Or when I was worried about any, like, for example, when I was worried about my website, if everything was working well, I called so many people. I called one specific software development engineer I know. I asked him like, can you please go through my website page by page, link by link, check everything while we were on a video call, and then tell me what is wrong with it. So that's, yeah, I think that's the secret, is really just to ask people what's wrong with it, and then you will know how to make it right. I
Yeah.
would say.
So you also had a test run for when you started this company here in Germany. So how was
Yeah.
it? How was the test run?
It was okay. It was not a very very big success, as I would say, because I did not expect it to be that difficult to find clients, honestly.
Mhm.
So I was just thinking, okay, what can I do to adjust? So I changed my marketing strategy and just I find a lot of my clients through referrals now, and through, really, what I do is as I said, I'm very active on LinkedIn. So what I do sometimes is just check, like, okay, I am well connected with like lots of startup founders or um, mid-sized company founders on LinkedIn. So I just basically, start the conversation, ask them like, hey, how's everything going? How is the company going? So how are you
Mhm.
working? And everything, and then they start to say like, oh, this is our process, and then that's when I come and say I have a solution on how we can improve that, basically. So that has been working very well, as I would say. And
Yeah.
the test run was not such a great success, but then I learned from it, and then now we're really adjusting everything so that everything works better.
So
Yeah.
when I started as well, when I came here, almost the same time as you did actually, the very first thing I did was also network.
Yeah.
I went to Frankfurt. I worked for a startup company, and from there I was able to network to hundreds of people, founders as well. So that's, yeah, LinkedIn is also, I'm very active with
Powerful.
LinkedIn. So I can
Yeah.
relate totally.
Very, very powerful.
So yeah, and a friend of mine through networking already, Dean recommended you to us. So that's one
Ah,
of the.
I'm
He
very
also,
close with Dean, yes.
yeah, he also recommended you, and I was laughing. I was like, she's already our guest. I know her
Too
already.
late, Dean.
Too
Yeah,
late.
Dean. Yeah, Dean is
Yeah.
very.
Anyway, yeah, and also I started this company as well with Dean initially. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, network's really important, and yeah, getting, knowing the right people is how your company is going to flourish. This is how I understood with all the seminars and all the activities that I've attended in Frankfurt. It's really important to network. So anyway,
Yes.
yeah.
It probably has been mentioned already, but specifically to this question, biggest learnings as a founder.
And yeah, that you should share with
Yeah,
the
can
people who
you?
wants to be like us. Yeah.
The biggest learning, well, I don't want to say like, okay, this is the biggest and this is the least, but then I would just like
Mhm.
say it in bullet points. Um, a very important learning, as I would really say, is never underestimate yourself. Number one, never underestimate yourself, and number two, no, never overestimate yourself. So both of them at the same time, because there were really times when I underestimated myself a few times, and I really thought that, um, am I doing the right thing? Do I is it enough? What I know, is everything enough? Have I done enough? And then I underestimated myself so much that when I turned this, as I said, bad energy to good energy, I discovered that it was in me the whole time. I just needed to find a way to channel it to my business,
Mhm. Mhm.
basically. But also, at the opposite side is also never overestimate yourself, because I really thought that, for example, I thought that the founding a company would be easier than how it really was. I really thought that, speaking to lawyers was easier than how it was whatsoever.
Mhm.
So I overestimated the whole situation. And then when, as day passed day by day, I was really thinking, oh my God, when is this going to be over? When is this going to finally be established? When is this going to start? And then, so just really finding the perfect balance of, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, and make sure that you know what you want. That's really very, very important. You know what you want, because founding a company, especially in like the very, very starting phase, there are
Mhm.
really times when you say like, oh, I think this idea is better. Oh, I think I need to adjust my idea to that. But then what I really remind myself every single day is that this is the idea. You have been thinking about this idea for a long time. Live with this idea, work with this idea, and make this idea work. Basically, like, and the last thing that I would really say to like founders or people who want to start a company is, be realistic with your expectations. That's really very important, because you cannot just start a company just because you want to start a company or you want to become like a founder or a CEO. because of course this is a very nice title, this is a very powerful title, but at the same time it's a lot of responsibilities behind this title, and some people don't realize that. Some people just want to be named as oh, I'm a CEO of something. Yeah, but what is this something? Is your idea solving a solution? Is your idea solving a problem? Is your idea does your idea offer solutions to people who really want to get that? Do you have the right team for marketing? Do you have the right knowledge? Do you know the right people? Because also with what I really learned is with business, it's not just about what you know, but it's about who you know. Because if you don't know the right people, everything gets really slow and messy. As I really think so. So yeah, those are my learnings. Never underestimate, never overestimate, and be realistic with your expectations. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you need to, when you're in that situation, reflecting, everything that you do every day is okay. Whether it's a negative or a positive thing, we need to reflect at one point,
Yeah.
have I done this or that or anyway. So yeah, this is very cool, but there's so much responsibility. So how do you handle it? You still have time for yourself?
I don't actually because aside well, what's the thing is that aside from mind flows, I'm also basically handling my small resort in Bohol. By the way, if you guys
Mm.
are in Bohol, please let me know anytime. You can stay there.
Yeah.
Happy to host you there and your guests. Bohol is amazing.
Mhm.
So I have to juggle everything as of this moment. It's really tough. I would say I barely have personal time. I barely used to travel a lot. I cannot do that as of this moment. I'm in calls. I'm on my phone the whole time. I would say. Yeah. So aside from starting Mind Flows, my company, I have the resort, and it's really right now we're under renovation. We're reopening again because there was this storm that hit Visayas in December. We were very much affected by it, so we had to use like 3 months to really
Mhm.
kind of be ready to open again, because of course it's
Mhm.
the lesser rooms you offer, the lesser nights you offer, the opportunity cost is really a lot that you
Mm.
miss. So yeah, so I had to juggle establishing or founding Mind Flows, and at the same time reopening my small resort. So I had no time for myself. That's really yeah.
Oh, so I'm sure it will change,
Yeah.
in the coming months as well because
Yeah,
you're still.
it's slowly, yeah, it's going great. I would say that it was all worth it. Like all of the stress, sleepless nights, everything was worth it. And the resort is now almost fully booked for the next months. It's going really
Mm.
great,
Happy to hear
I
that.
would say. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep.
So,
Thank
Love to
you. So
visit.
come to
yes.
Bohol. Yeah.
Of course, I am looking forward to it as well. I am also thinking of going home soon. So, your most rewarding and most frustrating startup experience. But before you answer that,
Yes.
we're taking a break
Yes.
because we're
Okay.
promoting this singer from all the way from the Philippines. So, let's hear SI Kristen. What's going on? Why don't you start singing, Mike?
I think we have.
You're having a technical
Yes,
issue
we're
for
having
the
a
first time.
technical issue here on this
Maybe
side.
Mind Flows can help us. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait,
So,
I'll try to re-import. Just a second.
re-import it. So you see, we have some technical issues as well. Oh my God. I
Yeah, we
remember
do.
when we started, there were more issues. Like we have, Dean is going crazy every time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when we broadcast, there's no sound.
Yeah, those are
Oh
also the
God,
times
yeah.
where you just cry and then
Yeah.
you continue.
Yeah, but
Especially
we're
if you're
fast.
live, right? Yeah.
Drove him crazy, probably.
Yes.
Like every broadcast. So
But
anyway,
but here we are, second try. Here is SI Kirsten.
Not trying to be cool, just trying to be nice. Tell me all the truth. inside this room. Light it up on the run. Let's make love tonight. Make it up, fall in love, try. You left me alone. I've been with you from dusk till dawn. I've been with you from dusk till dawn. And maybe I'm right here. I hold you with things so wrong. I've been with you from dusk till dawn. I've been with you from dusk till dawn. Oh, baby, I'm right here. Oh, with you from dusk till dawn. Oh, baby, I'm right here.
Wow.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, S.I. Kirsten. That was really a great performance. Yeah. This is also, she's from the city of Iloilo, the city of love. She is also part of the Music Cares Iloilo, our buskers who always
All over the
stay
city.
happy. Yes,
Yeah.
all over the city.
And of course, supported by the local government unit as well. Ever since the pandemic started, they have been busking all over the city, and they've been supported by the local government unit headed by Mayor Jerry Caños. So thank you very much, SI.
Yes. And before we end our talk with Jesuena,
We want to go back to the question. What's
Yes.
the most rewarding and
Yeah.
most frustrating startup experience
there was something hanging. Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
have?
Well, let's start with the negative thing. I want to end this talk with like a positive note later on. Well, the most frustrating thing that I experienced upon starting my company is that you get to know who the real supporters are and who aren't. So that is a that's a tough pill to swallow. You, for example, have a group of friends or you have a group of people, family members, whatsoever. You expect you expect everyone to be supportive of you. You expect all of your friends to be there for you, to cheer you on, to support you, this and that. But in the end of the day, it's funny because the ones who supported me the most are not the ones who are like the friends that I thought were my friends. So that's the most frustrating experience, to think that you could count on people and then in the end they're not there for you. And the people who are there for you are the ones who really matter. So that's really, I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow. As I said, it's kind of, it breaks your heart every single day that you think that, okay, this person really is there for me. This person will message me and say like, oh, I'm so proud of you, just continue doing that and this and that. It's not like you need validation for someone from someone, but it's just that the support would have been nice. But in the end of the day, you really kind of, with this experience, you get to know who is real, who is there for you, and who is not. And that's when that's really the time when you kind of have to make a cut in your life, some cuts in your life, to make sure that, okay, if this person or if these people have not been there for me at this very, very difficult time, then what are they there for? Are they only there for the good times? Are they only there if I'm successful? So yeah, it's the time to be real. It's the time to be a little bit frustrated at times, but then the good thing about it is that you get to live your dream day by day, because that's the most rewarding thing for me. You have the ability to be control of your own life, to be responsible for your own life, for your own dreams, for your own wants, and for your own disappointments. And I think that I would rather, honestly, you're working so much anyway, so why not do it for yourself? Why not do it for your dream? Why not do it for what you want? Why not do it with people you want to do it with? So that's really the most rewarding thing, is the freedom. But you have to be responsible with this freedom that you get. from doing this thing. So yeah, it's an amazing experience. I would not trade it for anything else in the world. It's frustrating, stressful. I lack sleep. Honestly, I've been sleeping for 3 to 4 hours a day on good days. And the thing is just that you just have to remember what you're doing it for. And I have been telling this to people I know. Do not do. I have this 5-5-5 rule for myself. Like, do not do anything for the next 5 minutes that you don't see
Mhm.
yourself doing for the next 5 months, and that you don't see your vision for the next 5 years. So that's really kind of like my mentality. It's like, okay, in 5 years I want to be successful. I want to have the financial freedom to do whatever I want. I want to buy my mother a house, for example, or things like that. And you just have to look at what you want to be, or where you want to be in the next
Mhm.
year, instead of looking at, okay, I'm so tired, or I feel so lazy today, I'm just gonna sleep. Or there's nothing wrong with sleeping, it's good to sleep. Or like, for example, I'm just gonna go party, I'm just not gonna do my responsibilities and whatsoever. I think that, yeah, you just have to be in control of a lot of things. And very, very important is, really, for if there are like founders or anybody wishing to start a company who's watching this, it's okay to be down sometimes. That's really important. Cannot count how many times I've cried, but it's okay to be down sometimes, because people think that I have to do this successfully, I have to do this 100%, I cannot fail, I cannot fail. But the
Mhm.
secret is really, do not be afraid to fail, because just believe in yourself. And if you fail, then learn from it and do it again, with another strategy or something like that. But then, yeah, that's the thing, rewarding the freedom. That's really
That,
simple.
Awesome.
that's right. You can totally relate. You know, you especially in relation to friends. That's why I
Mhm.
have a small circle. You know,
Yeah,
you get the appreciation or the support from the most unlikely people. You
exactly.
really, yes, I can totally relate to that. That's why our circle of friends is really small, and I'm very lucky that he's here with me. Always supporting, supporting everything that I do. I'm very thankful, Mike, for you, of course.
Oh, how
All the
sweet.
things, the frustrations, the hardships. I'm really lucky that he's there always to support me. And
Yeah,
having TalkAlley is also really, it started really rough, but now we're going through, we really enjoy it. That's the also
yeah,
ultimate thing, that when you do something, you really need to enjoy it. You're really happy with it.
exactly.
Besides everything else,
Mm.
right? So in the end, it's what makes you happy. So,
Correct.
but we're not ending this show without asking these four questions, of course.
Yes, we'll
That
have
has
some
nothing
fun.
to do
All
with your
right.
company.
Yes,
So
we
these
have
are just
some
fun
fun
questions.
questions. So, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay,
Oh
Maria.
my God, I'm
Okay,
nervous.
so
What kind of
First.
first, if
questions
you
are
were to
coming?
write a book, what would it be about?
If I would write a book, what would it be
Yes.
about?
Yes. Yes.
If I would write a book, it would be about independence.
Mhm.
Um, Independence, because I think that people have to learn at some point in their life to let go of what they're used to and start what they want to. That's yeah, that would be basic. Maybe I think that would be like the quote at the very first page: let go of what you're used to, start what you want to. Yeah, I think that that's a powerful thing to do, to become independent. I've been very independent growing up, so that's also how I was raised, by my mother and my father. It's amazing. They really believed in me so much that they said, growing up, basically their motto was, do mistakes, we're here if you need us.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to do anything, just let us know so we know you're safe. But aside from that, just collect mistakes as much as you can, but know that we're here for you if it's too much. So basically, yeah, I would want to write a book about independence, about kind of discovering what you can do for yourself. Don't be afraid to take the big step. I've been taking big steps my whole life, and I think that that's where you learn the most.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. It's never too late, always. Like me, I've been traveling, lived in other country, and you know, when you live in another country, you start fresh. You're
Yeah,
given the opportunity to start something new, and
exactly. Nobody knows you yet. Yeah,
discover
exactly.
yourself and make something.
Exactly.
You become another butterfly. So just spread
Exactly.
your wings and explore. So next
Exactly.
question.
Yes, next question. If you have a superpower, what would it be?
Mm. If I had a superpower, or if I'm able to choose a superpower, you
Yeah,
mean?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
yeah.
If I'm able
There's
to
no
choose a
rule.
super, yeah, no rule, unlimited superpower. Okay.
Yes.
If I'm able to choose a superpower, I would want to know or see the future. I think because it's scary. I mean, because I think the whole time you will want to change what you're doing so that you will have the most ideal future. But then
Mhm.
I think that yeah, I think that that would be that I think that would be a great superpower. I think it would make me go crazy at some point to know how everything works out. But then yeah, I think it would be great.
Yeah. So the doc from Back to the Future is going to post that. He didn't want to change everything. We're just actually watching the last few days Back to the Future, and now we're on the second film.
Oh, I
So, yeah,
love that. I love that. Yeah, Back to the Future. I watched everything. I watched all three. I love it. Marty is
we're
amazing.
introducing the 80s to the kids right now, so they're like so amazed. We
It's one
have
of
to
the most
explain
amazing
everything.
movies. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool film. So,
So,
third question.
next question. Yep.
If you were given a chance to speak to anyone living or dead, who would it be and why?
Honestly, it would be my father. So he's not alive anymore. So that's how I got my German last name. By the way, my father's German. I was born in the Philippines, but he basically chose to live there
Mm.
with me and my mother. And I think that if I would have learned how to speak the German language as a child, that would have been really helpful for my life in Germany now. Because I've just been living here for 6 years. So I basically came here. I couldn't speak German at all. And
Mm.
it's difficult. I mean, der, die, das, it's blows
Tell
your
me
mind.
more.
And yeah, very, very difficult. But yeah, I think it would be him because he is the one person who is really super, super free. Like he was the one who was encouraging me growing up to just do whatever you want, just be safe. Basically, something like that. So my mother was a little bit more zurückhaltend, a little bit more
Mhm.
conservative. But then my father was really like, go, do, go, live your life, go to Germany, start a new life there. You know, he was really the pusher, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it would be him.
Mm.
Okay.
I think I'm a little bit of both, a pusher and also conservative. I don't know, crazy sometimes.
So,
So, final question.
final question. If you were to describe your life in a song right now, what song would it be? And you have to sing it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I would say it's my life from Bon
Mhm.
Jovi.
Mhm.
Sing.
I cannot sing right now. Actually, I
Yes,
have
you
COVID.
can. Just one line. No exceptions here.
Okay, let's just do it. So, it's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. So it's my life, right? It's your
Yay!
life.
Thank
It's my
you.
life. Do
Thank
whatever you
you.
want
Thank
with your
you
life.
and congratulations, Joshua. We're really happy that you were able to take time. Because we already scheduled this like few
Yeah,
months back, but she
yeah,
got sick, and I'm glad you're well now, well enough to be with
yeah.
us.
I got COVID.
You enjoyed your time with us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
For me, I think your mindset has a very good foundation
Yes.
and very solid.
Mm.
You have the properties and the characteristics to lead and to head a company.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Definitely,
Thank you so much.
congratulations to your parents.
That- My mother is actually watching. She wrote this long message way back. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I think we posted it. Thank you so much, Mommy, for watching us today. And of course, we have so many shares worldwide now. Thank you. And
yeah.
we will continue to support Jusrania as well. We
Thank you
always
so
love
much.
supporting, locals and startup companies. So they're all welcome in the show as well. So thank
Okay.
you for being with us today. And we hope to have you again in the future.
Yes, of
Thank
course.
you.
Just I'm one message away. Thank you. Bye bye, Mike.
Okay,
Bye bye,
bye. All
Maria.
the
Bye bye.
best.
Bye.
Bye. So,
So it was really very interesting.
yes.
I'm really interested in actually using her platform
Mhm.
because we know how chaotic it is every day,
Mhm.
at work, trying to figure out what and which should be used
Mhm.
on a daily basis. And having that one functional platform for your work is really very convenient.
Yes.
And I want everything to be organized. I do that. Like everything should be, even in my phone, I organize everything according to purpose. So what Mindflows is doing is really very useful for all companies, especially for startup companies, because for startup, you're just starting up. So everything just comes and it's so chaotic if you don't organize everything. So this platform is very useful.
Yes, it's very
So
helpful to
you
have
should check it out
to have organization in your company
in
and
your
that,
life.
yes, in your life and for the team, and that everything is in one place.
Oh my
yeah?
God, for the team especially. Yes,
Yes.
you're right.
Yes. So if you feel like your company is like could use
Need
more
a help.
use more organization,
Exactly.
then you can see here down in our ticker, listeners and viewers, contact Mindflows and
Check it out. And of course, reach out to Juswania and learn about her company.
yes.
So, Mike,
Yes.
it's the end of the day as well. And we'll see you again next Sunday,
Yes.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank you for
and
being with us and watching TalkAlley.
Yes, see you again next Sunday. I'm Mike.
And I'm Maria.
And this is
This
Talk
is
Alley.
TalkAlley.
Bye.
Bye.